videoing, so we don't want to be eating or, video of us eating. How wonderful is that? Okay. And it'll be posted to YouTube to create awareness of our club, and also be used as makeup. If you brought a guest today, please stand and introduce your guest. We'll start from this side of the room and work our way across.
My husband Bill. Bill, will you stand?
Anyone here?
Well, my good friend from the Oak Disciple House, Joshua Harris, also have his application on the table. So, thank you.
Welcome, Joshua.
My guest today is my wife, Angie.
Welcome, Angie. Any other guests? Do you have some guests?
I have Santa Girls.
I realize you put them in the corner.
So Christiana, everybody knows Christiana, Peyton and Dylan McGuire. We're hoping their parents put their application in soon. So they're going to be out in the field all week.
Fantastic. Now, I understand they've been working hard this morning. Is that correct?
Yes.
Like cleaning the whole place, putting flags together and everything? Fantastic. Visiting Rotarians. Any visiting Rotarians at all? Please stand.
Wrong spot.
Not today, okay. I am so glad that Karen is so efficient, because there was no way I would make all this happen without that.
George,
Yes.
this gentleman is with the Purple Heart Club.
Oh, yes.
His name is Paul Staley.
Oh, welcome. Paul, we thank you very much for all the wonderful support and the help that the Purple Heart Association has given to the Field of Honor, and we're excited to be partnered with y'all. It's our pleasure. Thank you. What's happening tomorrow morning?
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Okay.
Ramp bill.
There's a ramp bill tomorrow morning. How many people are coming to that ramp bill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Very good. So we need at least 6. I think we may have 6. If we can get a couple more, that would be fantastic. What else is happening tomorrow morning?
Putting flags out.
Putting flags out. Okay, so there's 2 phenomenal events happening at the same time. And we normally don't try and schedule that.
We start selling at noon.
And we start selling at noon. So there's a lot of things going on. We're going to get into all of that. Early Act First Night ceremonies. Put these on your calendar. Important to be there. Friday, November 9th. That's next Friday. Pearl Elementary. Annie Pearl Elementary. Friday, November 13th. Now that's at 1:30. So that's right after the meeting we don't have next Friday. Okay? I got that. Friday, November 13th. That is my son's birthday, born on Friday, November 13th. How about that? At 8:15, Mitchell Elementary. And Wednesday, November 28th, at Carter Elementary at 1:30. All those, be sure to put those on your calendar. Danny Swafford, he is ready.
Okay,
Vanessa,
we are
you're on
officially 30 days or more behind in having at least 2 families, and you get 2 Aussie girls each if it's just 2 families, or 4 families for 1 Aussie girl each, or I need a female chaperone to live in my house so I can have all 4 of them. I don't care which way it works. But we have got to host, we have to host 4 Aussie girls coming to see us January 1 through the 20-something. January 1 through 20-something. Are you on? For 2. And I can start auctioning this off if you want me to, because you know please see me or email me. Join if you would email me. That helps my brain right now. Email me and let me know what's going on. And thank you all for your prayers for Josh. Going good. Thank you, Dan.
Vanessa, you're here, I know. Vanessa Red.
All the way back.
There she is. She has a very important announcement concerning the patriot law.
She's been at it all day.
So, we are 1 week away from the Patriot Ball. We now have on the website, thanks to Myra, single tickets available. and we are about 400 people right now, so the more the merrier. Thank you guys for stepping up.
Fantastic. Vanessa, are you okay? I know you've been working unbelievably hard putting this together.
I'm great.
Thank you.
God's not worried, so why am I worried?
There you go. Wonderful. Thank you so much. David Kellerman,
Yes,
what's happening with flag sale?
flag sales. We are with sponsors at about 550 out of the 1,800 flags already sold, which is a good pace. You say, well, is that all? We sold the majority of our flags at the field last year, and we will do the same again this year. Everybody's turning their back to me. So. I want to thank everybody once again for showing up the last couple of days. Outstanding job. Dennis, thank you for taking the lead this morning. Wow, record time, record number of flags. Field's going to look wonderful tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, is when we're going to lay the rebar out on the field. 1,800 pieces of rebar has to go out on the field. I got 2 wheelbarrows already. If you have a wheelbarrow, bring it with you. We load it up from the trailer, haul it out to the field, and then we just drop them where we need to. More the merrier, please. The fire and police department will be out at 10 o'clock to put the rebar in the ground. And then right after, they were done in 20 minutes last year. I'm going to make them do 40 minutes this year and make sure that they're straight. Just saying, is the chief here today? No, of course not. No, I've already fair warned both of them. We need the rebar in straight this year. And then after that, we're going to put the flags on the rebar. And then we have a new, we're not doing yellow ribbons this year. They just didn't look good after 12 years. We're doing a nice index card with the yellow ribbon on it, Field of Honor logo on the back side's the dedication. It's laminated and it's going to be tied to the flag. It's going to look beautiful. They're a nice, good size. Thanks to Jim Bracken and the military of the Order of the Purple Heart. They've given us Purple Heart, the emblem, stickers. And so those Purple Heart recipients, they will have that on their dedication as well. They'll look real sharp. But there again, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning at the field. You may want to drive by right now. It's looking already pretty good. They're getting the tent up, the viewing platform that Jeannie got secured for us. Man, wait till you see it. It's going to be outstanding this year. But there again, more help tomorrow, please. Yes, Jeannie.
Chick-fil-A is going to be providing about 100 biscuits for the biscuit sandwich for volunteers. So that'll be inside the tent. If you get hungry while you're out there working, come on in the tent and grab a biscuit from Chick-fil-A.
We are already marking the field. Those who are helping right before lunch, is everybody still going to be able to come back out? If not, okay, thank you. Jeannie, what am I missing?
If you're reposting, how do you get this new card?
So when you bring your flag back out to the field starting on Sunday, I won't move so you have to keep on moving the camera. We have to inspect the flag to make sure it's still in excellent condition. As long as it is, you're going to fill out a new dedication form. All flags get a new dedication form. Fill that out. It's just like if you're purchasing a new flag, but you're going to pay $20 and we'll repost it for you. We have extra poles, extra rebar, everything's put out on the field. Okay?
What time is the earliest you could come on Sunday?
10 a.m. Vicki?
10.
10. Yep, she's in charge of the people.
We can do this transaction in 10 or something?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Jeannie wants to
Jeannie.
say something.
I'd like everybody to give Michael Cox a round of applause. He did this.
I'm happy to do it. It was a really great gesture.
And thanks to D&L for printing them for us for free.
Can you hear me over my pants? Okay, just check. I'm the one that sent out the Sign Up Genius. It's a great program. I sent you a link. If you click on that, please come and volunteer. I need the check-in volunteers to be filled with Rotary people as much as possible. It's a lot more, not complicated, yeah, complicated this year. Also, Jeff, if you want to stand up real quick, Jeff needs some volunteers for the...
So if you want easy work, not complicated work, volunteer at the Rotary booth and fill the line.
Plus, right here. Yeah, but we're more fun.
He was your friend, Mullen.
A second. We were like that. Now we're like... All right, come see me. I brought it, so if you're all confused about how to do Sign Up Genius, I will do it for you. I brought my computer.
I have a sign-up sheet.
I've got one more thing, but Scott, if you'll come up here for a second, please. Well, you, Scott Mall, come on in. Rhonda Pritchard, Wolf Ranch, Rhonda, wave. You're a red badge, you're a new member, everybody needs to know who you are. Please stand up, because we owe them a big thing. Boo and Brew, last Saturday night. We had to do the legwork, which wasn't that hard, but they provided us with 6 tents to sell wristbands and to give away beer. Simple as that. They paid for the TABC license, they paid for the beer, all right, they paid for all the advertisement. And we got 100% of the proceeds of $3,010. There's approximately 20 cases of beer left over that belongs to the Rotary Club of Georgetown. So, Allison, we need a nice big social beer bash, have everybody come, and we got to drink it all up. So, that.
Who's in possession of those 20 cases?
Temporarily, I am, but Chris Cash is taking delivery on Monday because I cannot hang on to it because I have a TABC license. Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
is there a workers' comp program tied to that beer opening thing?
Yes. Check with Wolf Ranch.
On the finger from 150 plus beer cans.
Yeah, I heard. Well, I think they drank a couple at the same time. And,
Well, yeah.
okay. Come on up here, Scott. You got an announcement to make about the Devil Dog, but before I do, I want to thank my partner in crime here. He's been a big help with the. He is our field captain, and he does a great job. And thank you,
Team Everett, first of all, let me just say something. I was with the YMCA for a long time and did many special events and helping my dad with stuff he did in my little town. And the Field of Honor is still the best thing I've ever done. So that's saying, okay, there is, some of you know from a program I did a few months back in Rotary about the Devil Dog. What it is, let me back up. There's an organization called the Commemorative Air Force. It's 170 World War II warbirds. Almost all of them are flyable. There's one in Georgetown called the Devil Dog. I volunteer with it when I can. I'm not a pilot and I'm sure not one of the mechanics, but I can sell anybody, even in here, a t-shirt, sight unseen, for 20 bucks because it flies on cotton, we say the old warbird does. Okay, it never saw combat. It's a converted B-25 bomber to a Marine. I won't go into the whole detail. PBJ. It's in memory of the original Devil Dog that during the war left Hawaii to go out and hunt Japanese subs and shipping and never came back. There's a story how it ended up in Georgetown. However, Jeannie and I, for 2 years, have been trying to get them to do a flyover. Needless to say, around Veterans Day, the Devil Dog is a hot commodity, okay? Flying here and there, I think they're still on the way to Florida later in the week. Well, through her tireless efforts, of course, talking from one female pilot to another female pilot, I think Beth Ann Jenkins, who's the chief pilot of it. Well, she got it accomplished. She sent me a text yesterday and said it's going to do a flyover on Sunday. Do we know the time yet? Okay, we're working on that. But that plane to fly is $2,000 an hour. Okay, fuel, everything, because it's a 74-year-old warbird. They want $750. She said, problem. I answered back and said, how about a $100 challenge? I'll put in the first $100. Jeannie stepped up. Felix dug deep, finally, And sorry, $100, and we've got an anonymous $100. So we've got 400 of 750. Another 100. Okay. Here we go. Well, where are we up to? 650. Okay, we're going. Tell it. See me afterwards, or Gene.
We've got 700 so far.
No, we're over the top, aren't we?
Yeah.
It went so fast, so I think we're over $800.
We'll
Tell
take
you
a
what.
couple more just in case.
I'll tell you what, the squadron, it's a well-run nonprofit, and we'll do it. All right, thank you.
Julian,
I got pictures of, you want to see this big, bright, blue, beautiful.
something about a glee club? You have some important information you still need help with?
Sure.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make clear, the first time I ever stepped foot in Georgetown, actually spent the night, was when I was in college, and in the Harvard Glee Club we were touring here. And so they're coming back. So far I haven't gotten all their details of where they're singing. I know they're singing in Austin once at the School for the Blind or the Deaf, one of the two. But they're needing housing. And I said I'm helping them, and I know we have a lot of, we do a lot, and we're hosting some Australian kids. And these are on for 3 nights. It's January 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So if you want some really smart, very melodious kids in your house, just see me, and I'll get you the information. So, thank you.
Fantastic. You can tell he's a Harvard graduate. You know, I could sing for the, but if I sang here, everyone would be deaf because it'd leave. That's a whole other story. Nathan, I understand you have an important announcement. 2. We only have room for 1.
Rotary, April 12th is the official date of the 30th annual Rotary Club Georgetown Golf Tournament, 2019. A little ways off, but it's set. April 12th is a Friday. Secondly, I'm involved in the Williamson County Livestock Association. It's the first week of December. It's out at Taylor at the new Williamson County Expo Center, and it's a week long. These kids do great things, raising their projects. We always look for additional sponsorship monies. It's county-wide, so we love your support. Just want to make that announcement. Thank you.
George, one question.
Yes, sir.
Felix asked me about how to pay the $100. Do we want a separate check to go to the Rotary that specifies it, or do
Yeah.
you want to bill, or how do you want it?
I do a separate check to Rotary.
Right, right.
Put it in the memo.
$100 for the Delta Field line.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Good solution. Thank you very much.
Real quick, sorry, I was going to do the Rotarians, I neglected to introduce, we've got Bert and Jonah from the Georgetown High School Interact.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming. I saw you come in, and did we get you any food, or did we eat all the food?
If there's any more bags of lunch.
Felix ate it.
Felix. Yes. I am so sorry on that one. All right. When is our next meeting?
2 weeks.
No! When is our next meeting? Monday. Who's going to be there?
Everybody.
Have you signed up? If you haven't, there won't be food for you. There's actually only 50 people from our club who signed up to come on Monday. So be sure to sign up if you're coming, because we want to make sure they order the food. We do not want you to come. Other clubs have signed up. They've got tables and ordering food and everything. We definitely want our club members to have that. If you're bringing a guest, let us know. We want to make sure we have food for that. So Monday, what time? 11:30. 11:30. So a different time, a different day. We got that. Multi-club.
Okay, I got one real quick. Mine's bigger.
Okay, we need one more sign-up sheet. Who else needs signs up? Myra. Where's Myra? Myra needs help, right? What do you need help for?
We're still looking for a few volunteers to help with the registration for the Patriots Volunteer. For checking in people, handing out programs, and food cards.
Fantastic. So if you're coming to Patriot Ball, which is fantastic, we hope you are, volunteer to help Myra with the registration and passing out and just several administrative things that she's going to take care of during that. It'll be fantastic help. So see Myra afterwards for that. Next Friday, is there a meeting? No. Very good. On November 16th, is there a meeting?
Yes.
And when's my son's birthday? Yes, we got this. Okay, we almost got everything done here. All right. He's not here. Good. Okay, we'll skip that one.
Right there.
Good. See, she didn't keep me straight. Okay. Georgianne, your turn.
Good afternoon. We have been very fortunate with the Field of Honor to build relationships with a lot of great organizations around Georgetown. And as you all know, these last 2 years, we have spent the 2 days before setting up the actual field here at the VFW Post 8587. And so we thought for today's program, it would be really nice to invite the VFW commander to come and tell us a little bit about the VFW, about this post. And so I'm so pleased to introduce this afternoon, Ray Sanchez. He lives here in Georgetown with his wife. He is a veteran of the U.S. Army. He was a helicopter pilot. His wife was a JAG officer. They have a daughter that is doing her master's work at University of Georgetown. He's very proud of her. And I have to tell you that today, in putting together flags, I worked beside a member of this post, Frank Espinosa, and so we owe them a lot, both for being generous with this space and for their support of the Field of Honor. So I hope you'll give him a warm Rotary welcome.
Thank y'all very much. Before I get started on the VFW, just let me thank you on behalf of all the veterans for hosting this Field of Honor. It really means a lot to the veterans and first responders in this community. I've always told people, those few words, thank you for your service, mean so much. You can have the best training, the best equipped, the best leadership, the best paid Army out there. That means nothing without the support of the American people. And this Field of Honor is a demonstration of your commitment to our men and women that are in uniform. So thank y'all very much for doing this. We are proud to be able to provide our hall for y'all to prepare the flags. We've done it, this is the second year, and we'll do it again next year. We're always willing to help out, not just on this. If there's anything else that you need, let me know, let us know. We'd be happy to donate or support in some way or another, whatever your endeavors are, okay? So thank you. Veterans of Foreign Wars is a veterans, nonprofit veteran service organization. Our primary purpose is to support and protect veterans and their families, as well as those that are still serving on active duty. We can trace our roots back to 1899, after we fought the Spanish-American War. Remember Cuba and the Philippines? When our men came back from that war, there was never any type of, the VA didn't even exist. There was no way of taking care of veterans, those that came back crippled, maimed, just all types of problems. There was no compensation at all for them or their families. It took a while. It took until 1913 when the VFW, or actually, I'm sorry, 1919, after World War I, when our veterans, our doughboys, came back to that same negligent type governmental care for their veterans. The VFW band together and started advocating on behalf of those veterans. They went to Congress for the first time to lobby in order to get VA medical care, VA compensation, loans for homes. I mean, the Veterans of Foreign Wars has done so much on behalf of veterans. That's why we have the GI Bill today. That's why you have your VA hospitals and the numerous other items that are out there for veterans. So we take a lot of pride in doing just that, taking care of our veterans and their families. Recently, we were recognized as a Purple Heart Post. Congressman Carter was out here because the Congressional District 31 was also
recognized as a Purple Heart district. So we had a presentation, and it means a lot. Where's the Purple Heart recipient? Right over there. Thank you, sir, for that sacrifice. That means a lot. Purple Heart, if you don't know it, you have to have been wounded in combat. That means you got shot or you got bombed or something of that nature. So it is a sacrifice that you don't want to accept, but you did. Thank you. What I can say about our post is this. First of all, there are about 9,500 posts throughout the United States, the VFW guys. There's over 1.6 million members in the Veterans of Foreign Wars. There are 305 posts right now in the state of Texas alone. And there are about just under 100,000 members of the VFW in Texas. We are named Master Sergeant Ben D. Snowden, Post 8587. Ben Snowden is our namesake. He was an Army Special Forces operator. He was killed in Vietnam. He was on his third tour of duty. He was killed in 1967. And before he left, he was here to help charter the post. And then he went off to Vietnam, and he never came home. So we are named after him. His family still lives here. Well, some of his family still lives here. John Snowden, I don't know if anybody of you know of him. That is his older brother. He is a life member of the post. He is a Marine. I believe he is a Korean War veteran as well. But we are honored to have Ben Snowden's name for the namesake. And we are proud of our post. We're 51 years old now. We celebrated our 50-year anniversary last year. And we're going on strong. We were recognized as an all-state and an all-American post. That's a great honor if you're not familiar with it. But to make all-American, it takes a lot. You've definitely lived the core values of the VFW. And we are here to, like I said, support all our veterans. We support our communities. We respect the diversity of all of our veterans and their opinions. We are here to serve, promote patriotism, promote patriotic education, Americanism, and do whatever we can to support the community. And we do that with various programs. We have the Voice of Democracy. It's a program, the scholarships that we give out to high school students. They sit down and they type out a 300 to 500 word essay on a patriotic theme that's developed by the VFW. Why does my vote matter? Why do I love my country? What can I give back to my country? Different themes. And we'll take those from these students and then we'll judge them and then offer them $500 scholarships. $500 for the kids. We also have another program known as Patriots Pen, which is for the middle school students. A very similar program. 300, or actually up to 300 words for those guys. And we offer them money for scholarship for school. We also recognize our teachers. Those teachers that we don't want to call it the teacher of the year, we call it teacher recognition. Those that promote Americanism. Unfortunately, I don't think we're getting a lot of history or Americanism taught in our schools any longer, in our public schools. And it's sad because they're missing out on a lot. And so we try to reinforce that through these programs for our kids, because the kids are our future. We all understand that. What else? Do I have any questions? I'm sorry, first of all. Yes, sir.
So how many members do you have in your post?
We have 480 members in this post. I've never seen them all. I'm serious, I have not. I've been the commander, this is my second year in command. And we have several, some of them don't even live in Texas any longer. They've moved on, but they maintain their membership with our post. And I'm not going to pick on you, Felix, like everyone else did. Felix is a member of my post. Doc Garza is as well, Dr. Garza. Ray is a member of my post as well.
So what does it take to become a member?
What does it take to become a member? First of all, you have to be honorably discharged veteran. And to be a member of the VFW, you have to have served in a combat theater or received imminent danger or hostile fire pay. There are many veterans out there, but not all of them are eligible for the VFW. You had to have served, you had a campaign medal, you have something, you were in combat. That is the difference between the VFW and, for example, the American Legion or the Marine Corps League or Catholic War Veterans. I'm with them too. So that's the distinguishing characteristic right there is combat. Yes, ma'am.
So how did Coast Guard get into the DFW?
Coast Guard,
We
we're,
don't do combat.
yes you do. Trust me, they do.
We eat ice cream.
We got members of the Coast Guard that are members, or that are here. Now, the Coast Guard is very active. They are small, but they are very active, and they do a lot of things, trust me. Yes, sir.
Right, that recognition you talked about earlier, was it the same as the award with the VFW Post of the Year that you guys were named out of all the VFW posts several years ago?
I'm trying to think of what year, what,
It was
2000?
recognition y'all received as Post of the Year.
Oh, yes, I got you. Back in 2011, we had our first and only lady commander. Her name is Janice Artiega. She's a Marine. She took this post, not to just All-State and All-American like I did, but beyond that, and this post was recognized as the #1 post in the nation. Wow. That was 2011. Yes, ma'am.
What kind of events or meetings do y'all have here and how often?
We meet once a month. Typically, it's always the third Tuesday of the month. We have an auxiliary. It used to be known as the Ladies Auxiliary. Now it's known as the Auxiliary because it's co-ed. Because there are a lot of women are serving today, and their husbands didn't, and they couldn't get into that club because they were a man. So now it's open to both of them. We meet once a month. We have a fish fry once a month. It's the last Friday of every month. However, for November and December, we will not have it because of Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we take a 2-month break. We resume back in January. We host different types of events. For example, this weekend we're going to have a District 28 meeting where we're going to have numerous posts being represented here at the meeting. We're going to have our state commander here. She's going to talk to us, and we have functions like that. We have a lot of functions. And we also, this hall mainly is used for rentals, hall rentals. That's how we generate funds. We are a nonprofit. We don't ask money from the government, or we just ask for donations. And I'm not asking for a donation. Let's make that clear. But we need to keep the lights on, so we rent the hall out. And this hall is about a $600 rental per day. And that helps out, so that's what we operate. Now, we do have a canteen. I don't want you to get confused with the VFW. Don't equate VFW to a bar, all right? Not all VFWs have bars. Having a bar is it's a benefit for our members. It's designed for them. However, the public can come out as well and drink a beer. You just need to sign in as a guest. We don't charge you any extra. Like I said, the canteen is just a benefit for our members. It's there for them to relax, to communicate with each other, and just have a good time. We're a very relaxed bar, by the way. But again, when you think of VFW, don't think of a bar. Please, that's a stigma we're trying to get away from. Questions?
Are there dues?
There are annual dues of $38, or you can become a life member, which would range anywhere from, depending on what your age is, but if you're an 18-year-old kid, that's going to be about $425 for a life membership. If you're 80 years old, it's going to be $175 or $125. But there are dues, yes, sir. Questions?
Ray, I have one more question. You also do the sweepstakes program that I see in a lot of towns. I know we have it here in Georgetown.
We do. We have the V-sweeps is what we call it. It's a sweepstakes, and it's a game that you play. It's in the bar. There we got, I think, 8 or 10 terminals, and you can win money up to $3,000. What happens is that money is, you're not gambling, you're donating money to your account, which you then go on to the computer and type in your PIN number to play the games. And it's like gambling, but it's not. It is legal. We've gone through the state of Texas and TABC, and it is legal to have them. In case we ever get challenged, we've had TABC come in here before, and we've talked to them about it, and they're completely fine with it. So what you're doing is you're donating money to play a game. You may win some money, $1, $10, $10, $50, whatever, up to $3,000. That's the jackpot. And it was hit about a month ago. That money, here's what happens with that money. Of that 100% of that money, 60%, I know because I co-signed it or countersigned the checks. We send 60% of that money to the state of Texas VFW. They put it into the Texas VFW Foundations to help vets. So 60% of that money goes to them. 40% stays here at the post to maintain the machines. So when you go out and you play that game, hopefully you win, but if you don't, just know this, 60 cents out of every dollar you spend is going to go to help veterans. Questions?
Ray, would you clarify membership is that must you have been in combat or served in a combat theater?
Good point. He's right. You can serve in a combat theater but never have boots on the ground. You might have been in the territorial waters or over the airspace. If you were in a theater, a combat theater, then you are eligible, yes. Okay. I'm sorry, I got it mixed up where don't think you had to be on the front line shooting at the bad guys. Everybody knows this is the VFW hat. In the Army, we called it a garrison cap. I never liked it. When I joined the VFW, I didn't want to wear this hat. I thought it looked ridiculous. I don't think that any longer, but let me tell you a little history about this hat. During World War I, we had our troops over in France, in England, or in France, and there was a battalion commander, a lieutenant colonel, I don't recall his name, Army. They had just gotten, he and his battalion had just come off the line to relax and regroup and get ready to go out again. While they're back in what we call the rear, they mingled in with other GI Joes. And everybody wore the same hat, that campaign hat, like the Smokey the Bear hat, or they were wearing their helmets. Well, he wanted to distinguish his men who had been in combat. So this hat was generated. And only the folks who served in combat got to wear this hat. And that's how they knew, oh, he's a line soldier rather than a rear soldier, support. Nothing against our support guys. We need everyone out there. But it was just one of those things. Now, that's what the Army did. The VFW was established already. The VFW said, hey, you know what? That is, since in order to be a club member, you have to have served in combat. So we're going to wear that hat because that hat means you were in combat. And that's why we wear this hat. That people have gone to national and said, can we put on a baseball cap instead? And it's been voted down because of the history behind the hat. So now I don't mind wearing it. But having understood and learned that, I don't have a problem with it. But yeah, that's where it came from.
Ray, thank you.
Thank you.
Very much. As we wrap up today, I'd like to have everyone who is a veteran, whether combat veteran or not, please stand. If you have served in a combat theater or received hazard duty pay for serving in a combat theater, then you are able to join this organization if you're interested. Jeannie, you have one other announcement?
I do. I have two things. One on promotion. Rob Hibb is having me come up to the halftime show tonight at the Georgetown High School. We're going to talk about the Field of Honor to everybody there. Also on Sunday at the opening ceremonies, KVU is going to be there covering the whole opening ceremonies. If anybody asks you from the media at any time during the week, please refer them to either David, myself, or Karen. We are sort of your public information officers, if you will. So we've got a lot of promotion. KXAN will be out here on Monday for the event, for the meeting that day too. So we're having a lot of coverage, and all this is thanks to Barbie at Hewlett Chevrolet. Now some not so good news. As soon as we knew we had the money, I called Beth Ann Jenkins. This morning they discovered a leak in 2 of the cylinders, and the plane is grounded. However, there's 2 other options that I will follow up on and let you guys know if we can do it. Okay, thanks.
Still have names,
I got all the names from yesterday and Wednesday.
Well, quiet, please.
I got all the names from yesterday and Wednesday on those who worked. If you worked this morning and did not sign in, please do so after the meeting. I don't know if we have the official sheets for the lunch. We do have official.
For the lunch?
For Monday's lunch. Guys, it's a club meeting. It's in your dues. The lunch is free. We just need a good head count. So I've just made up a form up here. Come sign up if you haven't done so already, if you're going to be at the lunch. If you're bringing a guest, put +1 guest and the name next to it. The guests are $15 a person that will be charged to your account. But please sign up. We want everybody there on Monday.
And please, with guests, please bring veterans. This is all about them. We want them at this luncheon on Monday. That's who we are honoring. That is our program.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
and there's a few surprises too.
Awesome. All right, so one last thing. As you know, we borrow this facility, so we need to clean it back up.
Yes.
It means all the tables and chairs are going to get put up. Can you give us some quick instructions? Or they go in these rooms, right?
Yes, the tables, you'll have just lay them down and then put the chairs, everything should be already, it's
Just like it was before. Okay.
just like it was before. Yes.
Perfect.
There are long tables and short tables.
Yes.
I need a long table replacing the short table on the end. All the long tables stacked together, all the short tables are stacked together, and the chairs back in. We've got some room, sweep it up, make it clean for them. Commander.
Absolutely.
Please stand and join me in reciting the four-way test.
Thank you, George. Thank you, George. Thank you.
First. Second. Third. And fourth. We're adjourned.